All right, so I am going to talk about making a works cited page, making citations. So this is an essay from last year that my student wrote about vaping at Bloomington North. And so first of all, what I want to show you is this. So just as you did, he gathered sources, or some of you gave sources to. So at the end of your essay, you've got to have a works cited page, because the point of the works cited page is so that anybody reading your essay can go and find out where did you get your information. What you'll notice is that on the basic level is it's got a title, works cited. It is centered, it is capitalized, it is not in a different font than the rest of the thing. You'll also notice that the citations are in alphabetical order by the first letter. Now, how did he generate these? Probably with a citation generator. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say this is one of your sources, okay? So if you want to cite that, you can go to zbib, and you go back here, and this doesn't always work, but we'll talk about that. You copy the URL, you paste it into this box, and you cite. Now, this is nice because in this case, it gave us the citation. It's right there. So in this case, you get to just copy and paste this, or actually down here. You know, this is another thing, is if you do it all at once, you can do the whole thing together. So let's try that. So we'll do that, and then we'll go back to Leo's essay, which I hope I still have around here somewhere. Yeah. Well, let's just click this one. I mean, you've got to do one for all of yours, but I'll do that. We'll go back to zbib. I'll make another citation. Let's see what happens here. An error occurred. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Let's try again. Cite. Okay, we have a problem. See, this is what I mean. So I'm not sure why some of them work and some of them don't. I'll copy the URL, just double check and make sure it's not like a human error. Paste that in there. Cite. We got a problem. All right, I don't know what's happening. So that's where you have to do a manual entry, which kind of sucks. But you see, and you know, maybe I did something wrong, but like, you don't have to fill out all this stuff, but you have to fill out enough that we have the basic information. So first of all, you know, you have to go down and figure out, what is this thing? Okay, this is it comes from a newspaper. So then we got to go back here and figure out what, you know, we could call it a web page if we have to, but it is a newspaper article. Now, the tricky thing is that it's not, it's an online newspaper article. Like, these are very dated things, but let's just see what happens. This is a newspaper article. So you come here, you go back to this source, we got to copy the title, okay? Copy title, put there. So what I'm showing you is, you know, sometimes you have to do it yourself. You know, and the author, great. The author's name was Mara Klecker, I think. Now we're in trouble here because we just got blocked somehow, I think. Let me see what's happening. I think it was Mara Klecker. So Mara and Klecker. And then, see, it sucks that we just got blocked out of here, because then I need to find like the date, and what are we doing here? But let's pretend like you can see the date, and you can see this is the Minnesota Star Tribune, so we know that. We put that in the publication. Date is the date it was published, and we don't know that. But let's just put let's pretend like we know it's September 21st, 2024 or whatever. And then, see, you don't need all this stuff. I mean, I think you do want the URL these days. Nope, that's not the URL. URL. And then date accessed, which is today. So we can put December, whatever it is, 11th, 2025. All right, now, so we've got the basic information here. You see, you don't need all this stuff. Now, why can I not make it? Okay, done. Okay, there we go. So now we've got that one, and you can see it's putting in alpha order. So what I'm thinking is, if you do them all at once, and then you copy a clipboard, and then if you go to, let's just see what happens. If you go to the, you know, to your doc, and yeah, So it's going to give you, and what's really nice is that it gives you the what's called the hanging indent, which is that the first line should not be indented, but the following lines like should be indented, and that's a tricky thing to do. So it's kind of nice if you just make your whole thing in here in ZBib, and then you just copy it from the clipboard at the end. That could be a real nice, simple way to do this. So now you got to work cited. Now let me show you the next thing. So actually, I'm going to make a different video with the next thing. But the next thing is going to talk about, citing your sources in your actual essay.